Welcome back.
It's this game.
It's this game, and we're excited about
Chatting to Evrart.
people. Actually, before I do anything else, I'm going to put on as much of the armor as we have.
Oh, interesting. Yes. Boots. We got boots. And that's all we've got, eh?
Yeah, we never got the helmet.
And we never got pants
any
if they
pants,
exist.
but we weren't sure whether there were pants to get.
Didn't we think there was a girl on the coast who had the helmet?
There was a girl on the coast who was seen either playing with it or tossing it in the water. We never found... I mean, it might be Ruby.
Might be Ruby? Don't.
She might have it. Or know where it went.
Fuck, I hope our survival doesn't hinge on us having found all the pieces.
It's probably one of those things where it's a roll, whether it's our roll or the game's roll. And like...
We'll just increase our odds, you mean?
Yeah. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. The tension of the whole situation certainly feels like it's gone up, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's got deadly. I don't really want to talk to Evrart at all!
Hey, Evrart.
Hey, we've won you the war. Sort of.
So,
Kind of.
the ship has sailed. Did you see it? I know you did. Tell me, what did it look like as it grew smaller and smaller when that mainsail dropped behind the horizon?
I bet you're feeling quite pleased with yourself.
There's a mean little light in its eyes.
Did it look like a germ? Did it look like a piece of bacteria?
If that's what your vision is in your mind, Evrart, then you should keep it.
His jaw is clenched, and his quadruple chin is quivering with hatred. This is decades of hatred speaking right now. You get a sinking feeling.
Shall we say this?
If you want.
I don't understand. What do you mean?
Don't worry, Harry. He does. At least I think he does.
You wanted us to relay all this information to her.
That this is a takeover? That I want a war? God, I hope you also told her about the drug trade. They absolutely hate getting their hands dirty with that.
Did we tell her about the drugs? I don't think we did.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't recall either.
You can kill 1 million people, but if you do something the police doesn't like, well, then you're out of the yacht club. Goodbye, you inhuman fuck.
So this was your plan all along, for me to relay this information to her?
Well, yeah, I think you should ask, but I'm kind of like, I'm not surprised by that.
No, and I don't think any of the parties involved would be surprised by that.
No.
Harry, I can't see into the future. We are all playing by ear on this planet. I had no idea she'd react so strongly.
But you did want me to relay information to her.
I did. I knew the negotiations would go better with police officers telling her horror stories from inside the harbour. It's scarier this way. Turns out it was a magnificent strategy. I never thought it'd so fundamentally fuck her up.
It's interesting, like, I think he's feeling like she was shaken to her boots and has left it all in a quiver. Whereas I feel like she's kind of gone, well, this is fucked, and I don't think I can make this better. I'm going to strategically retreat. Like, I think it's very different in her mind, but I don't want to pop his bubble because he's, like, having his big
Moment.
Yeah. Shall I just
Sure.
ask these
yeah,
top
let's
ones?
get into it.
No, Harry. What we have is real. We're working men. This here is real.
Okay, we're not going to suck your dick, Evrart. Sorry.
How do you know she left?
Harry, I bunked her cabin.
Oh.
I bunked her whole boat. I had cameras surveying her boat. Hell, I even wanted to bug that thermal cap, but my boys advised against it.
Okay.
They must have done it while Joyce was busy questioning the locals.
So you've been listening to our conversations all the time?
Not me personally. I had guys recording and processing this information for me.
We did tell, like, every time we came and talked to him and he was like, did you tell her? We were like, yeah.
Yeah, so we haven't really hid much from him.
I don't know.
What have we hidden from him?
That we told her? I don't recall.
I feel like there's something, but I can't
There
quite put my finger
probably
on it.
is. Yeah.
The Hardy Boys?
Hell no! They'd fuck it up. They can't do anything right. I mean my real boys. My special task force boys.
Interesting. I'm not surprised to hear, actually, that he's got some people that are probably
Secret.
less emotionally involved.
Where are these boys?
They sure as hell aren't hanging out in the open with beers in their hands for the cops to question. They're pros, Mr. Kitsuragi.
Okay, that's nice.
With the proceed options, I like the middle one. That's wild how you got me to do all that stuff. Because I don't like the top one. You used me. Although he did, it's not, I don't feel that, I'm not surprised by that.
Yeah, and I don't feel outraged.
And
Because we both knew that both sides were trying to play us, right?
That's right. And the bottom one, like,
It's a bit too. I
Weirdly.
like it if it's sarcasm, but I don't trust that it's sarcasm.
agreed.
Yeah, that's wild how you got me to do all that stuff.
Harry, you made a conscious decision to relay that information to her. You could have kept it for yourself.
But she said she's insane like me. No. What about the beautiful story about the discovery of the insulin day?
Of course she did. Rich people have the best stories about all the interesting things they've done and seen, all the beautiful places they've been to. It's just sentimentalism. She can afford to be sentimental, and she can afford to lose as well.
I mean, yeah, she's extremely wealthy. But what I was going to say was,
I don't think
he's
he's poor with all that drug money coming in either.
What I was going to say
He
was,
takes 6-month holidays every year.
his brother takes. No, but what I was going to say is he's behaving as if we didn't tell her to hand it to that we're sad she's gone. Maybe he's kind of or our response. Sorry, I'm not explaining this very well. Our responses are kind of like, but she told me a beautiful story. Like, how could you make me do this to her? That's how I'm kind of seeing how our responses are written, which I don't think.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, so let's just move on, shall we?
Yeah.
So what's going to happen now?
What was always going to happen? We take the harbour and she fucks off to Ozon, uncorks a bottle of wine, calls her partners, and says they need to distance themselves from this nasty business before the big shit spinner splashes everyone. Only difference is the Union doesn't have to lose 2,000 men to machine gun fire.
Also the one down, but I swore fealty to her. She was my beautiful lady.
So there are a couple options here. The top one is you could have just told me. I would have been on board, which not really.
Damn, Evrart, I was hoping I'd somehow get to fuck you over in the end, not the other way around.
But I swore fealty to her. She was my beautiful lady.
I have a bad taste in my mouth. You better make sure this ends up saving lives.
Or look, I just want to do police work. I really like this one.
Yeah, let's go with that one.
I have a bad taste in my mouth. You better make sure this ends up saving lives.
That it will, Harry. That it will. As to the bad taste, please, you're not a sommelier. You're a cop.
I mean, I think we're quite familiar with wine.
You knew something big, and you wanted to see what happens when you tell someone. So you told her. Anyone who's ever been close to power will tell you. Inside information is the sweetest thing in the world.
No, I mean, you told us something and then we said, we're going to tell Joyce. And you said, that's fine if you tell Joyce. And then we did that.
Yeah, it's not like we revealed a big secret. Yeah, and we also, like, are you getting dragged? Do you want
Oh,
me
no,
to
I'm just
give you
holding
a
it
bit
up.
More?
Yeah, thanks.
Chords,
friends.
Chords,
all over the
navigating
place.
chords. I feel like Maybe Evrart thinks that we thought we were being secretive in what we were telling her, and that it's like, oh, it's all blown up because actually Evrart knew we were telling her stuff the whole time. But like as you say, like he said to us that we could tell her, and so
then
we
we
were
did.
Like, okay. But I do think that also here, like we didn't just tell her stuff. She asked for her opinion, and we thought about that quite carefully. And that influenced her decision making. It's not like we told a secret and that changed everything.
Yeah.
Interesting knowing that the whole
Although-
thing was bugged.
Yes.
What would have happened if we'd said you should kill Evrart?
Although, you know, some of the things that we made decisions based on, how much of that stuff he was telling us was true, and we've made decisions based on...
Yeah. That's true. Because he's been manipulating what information gets to us.
Yeah.
What I'm super fascinated by is he's just told us that the ship was bugged, so he's been able to hear everything we've been saying to her. This now plays around with the concept of what is reality within the game, because if you'd made the decision to ask her to kill Evrart, would
He have known.
he have known, or is this information about the bugging of the ship only true if you take this path?
Or is this another lie?
Or is this another lie? It could be.
It's like those fucking, you know, that riddle, like, one of them always tells the truth and one of them always lies. And it's like,
It's
what is
better
what?
than money. It's better than pussy. Money only makes you special for some salesmen. Pussy only makes you special for yourself. Information makes you special for all mankind. It's the ticket to history.
Can I just say no?
Don't beat yourself up, Harry. What you did was participate in history. When history calls, you have to pick up. You had no choice. None of us ever do. A hard disco cop like you, I knew you weren't one to resist temptation.
So he's basically saying, you know, you did what I wanted you to do because I told you something and then you went and told Joyce and that's what I wanted you to do, right? And then this resulted in what I hoped it would. Which you and I are sitting here going, well, everything we've just talked about, we kind of figured that was what
Yeah. Shrug.
But I think the only sort of other thing that might be going on is exactly what we were just talking about as well, which was if some of that was actually lies anyway.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
At which point we kind of were being manipulated, which I
Yep.
wouldn't be surprised about.
That's true. Yeah. Like the we said to Joyce, based on what we learned from him, from the Hardy Boys, that, you know, the Union is ready to face a threat of violence.
Maybe they're not.
Maybe they're not. Maybe that's just a massive bluff.
But would that have influenced our decision regardless? I mean, it did, because we don't want, you know, civil war. But is it right for the company to own this place? But we still would have had to
Through
talk
violence.
it all through anyway.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't know.
And that was one of our options. We could have said to her, "It's a bluff. Call them on
yes.
it."
That's right.
So,
Who knows?
You know what, detective? I am going to leave this out of my report, and I suggest you leave it out of yours too.
wow, I'm surprised he said that to us in front of Evrart.
Just look at the three of us. The three careless boyaderos. Good times.
So what the fuck now?
Yeah.
Now we let bygones be bygones because there's work to do. For me and for you.
Fuck it. Let's ask him about the drug
suppose
trade
there was
now.
a reason you came here, so let's have it. What can I help my best friend and comrade with today?
I mean, he did tell us not to keep asking him about the drug trade.
Fuck
but Fuck it.
Ah, yes. Your side investigation. Thank you. You've got some spirit clearing up phony drug accusations alongside this murder. I'll talk to the mayor and see if I can get you the key to the city, Harry.
What the fuck,
Now let's
Evrart?
talk real business.
Actually, Rivershell doesn't have a mayor. He refuses to discuss it further. It's probably just a small nuisance to him. Not even a speck of anger in his voice.
Oh, for
That's
fuck's
that
sake.
then.
Okay, well, there we go. Let's leave. Yeah, thank you. Okay, we're out of here.
Yeah. So I'm willing to accept that we're being thoroughly manipulated.
Yeah, I guess we always have been, and the challenge has always been to be like, how do we make decisions
In that sort
in
of
the
mess.
context of that, right? Same
Yes.
thing with Klaja. All right.
Sometimes it's just go with your gut, even though you don't. That's
Yeah.
not a good decision sometimes.
And I think also we've been trying to take like a minimizing damage like take on this. Like we don't want a civil war that's going to result in
People dying.
yeah.
Okay, so what now? What do we do now?
Let's go back to the Feld building and look for Ruby.
Okay,
We've done everything.
nice. Have we? We've done everything.
Hang on, sorry. Stairway is always extremely difficult to navigate. Yeah, I mean, I think we have. Look for Ruby. We can't do that. We don't have any more clues about the murder weapon. This seems to be kind of null and void if we're talking to Ruby. We're not going to do that. We can't do that yet because it hasn't happened. That's bugged. That's bugged. And this... Shrug.
Can we, if we go back to the fishing village, just
Yeah.
see. I know we've talked to the kids before, but just see who's around.
Okay, sure.
I'm just thinking about that last piece of armor.
These weird kids.
We're the weirdos, though.
I think everybody in this town
I'm
is, but...
certain we've
The
talked to them, but
scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone while the other watches him do it.
fuck it. Have you seen any bad people around?
What bad people?
One of the twins looks up, his mouth slightly open.
I don't think questioning 4-year-olds without their parents present is going to crack the case.
That's fair, Kim.
Then we're definitely doing it.
That's cool. I just
Oh,
wanted-
that's right. Lilligan, there's another girl.
Where is she?
She's in the house. Remember she gave us her toy or something?
Oh.
Ooh.
Hello, mister.
Are the twins outside your brothers?
Yes. They don't want to play with me. They're older and play outside. They look the same. Sometimes I can't tell them apart.
They look identical, right? I said the same thing.
They look identical.
Okay, so she's actually supposed to be quite little. Like this model makes her look like she's like 6. But I think she's supposed to be like
4.
2 or 3. If the 4-year-olds
Oh,
outside,
they're 4. And she's saying big.
older.
Yeah.
right? Do you know anyone named Ruby?
Ruby. Ruby.
Suddenly the girl gets all serious and leans in as if she's about to tell you a secret.
My mom tells me I'm a big girl, but she doesn't know that I can't say Earl. Or like, sometimes I can, but then
2-year-olds don't talk like this.
Pardon?
See, 2-year-olds don't talk like this,
That's
though.
true. That's true.
Kids.
Okay, well, yeah, that's right. We
Bye.
Oop, still there.
Is that the phasmid?
What?
It looks like the phasmid, leaning against the wall.
Where?
What? Where? Where?
Wait. What if this is the fishing rod situation all over again?
We never established what the fishing rod was.
Let's sneak up on the phasmid.
I'm not going to be fooled again. You're going to stand here and calmly observe this non-phasmid until you see what it really is.
I'm all for leaping, but let's go. Yep.
Fine. It's not a phasmid.
Uh-huh.
It's not even organic. Just a fire iron
Oh, it's
resting
just
by the
that.
fireplace. But where's your sense of wonder, man?
Forget about the phasmid fire iron. We probably would have burnt ourselves.
Well,
I mean, I'm all for getting excited about phasmids, but I'm not as keen about leaping at fire irons that are in a working fire. Okay.
cool. All right.
Alright.
That's us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate trying to find my way up here. This way? I think it's this way. Yes? No.
Promising?
Yes? Is this where the thing? Yes!
Cool, yes.
Fantastic job. Oh my gosh, how do we get back inside? Okay, for a second there I was like, there's no way in!
All right, that's it. This is us. Let's go.
Oh, I'm scared. Oh, rats! Okay. So that's where we came in, I think.
Old file folders in the cart, documents silvery with mold.
Okay. A series of thick, dusty planes of glass.
This
Panes.
isn't just glass. These are old computation components.
These are computer components?
Yes, filament memories.
Oh.
From the time when wires were cast in glass. Slides with an inlaid nervous system.
Cool!
Hey, Kim, look, old cybernetics.
So it is. I think these used to form a single system, slotted in the wall.
Oh. How'd they do that and why?
The how was a closely guarded secret.
Oh, these are the people that
Something
invented
that was
computers.
locked in safes in human heads across the river where they were manufactured. As to why, your fingers don't know. The why is easy, because they hadn't come up with modern silicon-based systems yet. For vitreous cast filament memories, though, these seem incredibly advanced.
So this is all that remains of Feld R&D.
The rest of the building seems to have been picked clean.
Could this be part of the failed playback experiment?
These? No. These are old filament memories. I hope you're not expecting to find the device here. You will be disappointed.
I am definitely going to find the device
All
here,
you'll
and
find
all of
here
that knowledge is going to be
pain.
for me!
All we'll find here is pain, says Inland Empire.
It's going to be in this box.
Suggestion.
A jacket?
Into Isolari jacket.
We've got so many jackets. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow.
Yes, let's do it for now.
Yeah. Yes. The great thing is that we can still have our
Armor on?
armor on.
Yeah.
underneath. I love this whole setup. It's just perfect. We look like we work at a television station.
Fuck yeah, we do.
Okay.
In the beam of the flashlight, a crevice in the wall. Cool.
Probably we wouldn't have found that if we didn't have the flashlight on.
Don't know.
Right. Where?
Stale fabric smell and dust. No one slept here in months, maybe years.
Okay.
Oh.
A revolutionary's hat. +1 to Mazovian socioeconomics.
Okay.
Is that going to start a thought if we put it on? Or just put it on temporarily? Because I do love our new...
Bottom orange, yeah.
Yeah.
This hat is so soft, so warm. It wraps around your head, and your mind tingles with all manner of socio-economic theory.
This is Ushanka, right? Pat the hat.
Kraz Mazov would have worn this Yushenka. Mazov knew where to cook those thoughts. That's why it bears a Mazovian logo.
Is that the person that's kind of like Karl Marx? Like it's a...
Yeah, that would be my
Glory
guess.
to the revolution,
Yes.
comrade. Whether you like it or not, wearing this hat has made you more communist.
Okay.
All right.
Does that mean that we just got a point in
Communist.
Communist Cop, wherever that is?
I know.
22 points. So I think it possibly
I
did.
don't mind the hat, but I really want our weird ass.
Our weird outfit? Yeah.
I want our weird headphones back on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair. Plus, they don't give us. The hat doesn't give us anything other than a thought.
I just like how we look like a news anchor.
Yeah. These pots and plates are full of dust and spider webs. Okay, so this is not where Ruby was.
Revolutionary propaganda on the bunk bed, ancient flyers and brochures.
A
Presumably this
mustachioed
is...
and mutton-chopped man, amateurishly depicted, gazes at you with sad eyes. The plaque reads, K. Mazov. There is a spider web in the lower left corner of the portrait.
Shall we say this?
Yeah, go on.
Look, Kim, it's Comrade Bazov.
Yes, I can see that. Looks like some communists were hiding out here. They left a long time ago.
The lieutenant does not seem to share your enthusiasm.
What's with all these secret weapons, caches, and secret bunkers?
We have found a lot of those lately. I guess what most people think of as history tends to linger in rundown neighborhoods. Martinez being what it is, no one has gone through the trouble of cleaning out the old bunkers.
Good hiding place for someone who's up to no good.
Look at this. We could have moved in here if we'd found this earlier.
Aye.
A long time ago? How long?
Half a century? This was probably part of the network of defense posts the communards built against the amphibious landing. I think the purpose of this bunker was to produce propaganda. It would have had radio equipment back then, but that's all been looted.
Maybe I should move in here. Seems cozy.
I won't stand in your way, but only after we're through with this case.
Could someone have stopped through here recently?
You mean like Ruby? No, I think we've stumbled on a piece of history.
He looks at the dust.
Brush the dust off the portrait.
Years' worth of dust is shaken off. The full head of hair, matched by an ample moustache and sideburns, look a bit silly.
What are you saying about moustaches and sideburns? You know, it's a vibe.
Someone crouches, heels digging into wet sand. Hands sweep across the sand, grains sticking to the frayed skin of the fingertips. An old man sits on a slab of concrete and taps his fingers against the glass of a scope. You shudder.
A scope? Is there someone fucking sniping us right now? What is happening?
The same slit window you saw from the outside.
Could this have been the killer's hideout?
Oh!
And this narrow window, the point of origin of the shot that killed the mercenary?
Oh!
Let's peek out.
Outside the window, desolation. Snow falls softly onto the coastal sand, where it melts almost instantly. On rooftops, it lingers.
Turn to Kim. Could the killer have used this as a hideout?
It's a great place to hide, and Mazovianism and murder are certainly not mutually exclusive. But there hasn't been anyone here in ages.
Kim, I can't see the wheeling rags. The shot didn't come from here.
Okay, too bad.
Indeed. No one could get a clear view. Well, at least we've been thorough. I like thorough.
So we've got one other spot, which we think is actually that little tower
That
thing,
bunker, yeah, by the tower. Although, didn't we look at the top of the tower and go, there's no way someone could be up there, it's too fragile? Or was that one of the ones that was already ticked off?
I'm not sure, but I think we want to get in
Lieutenant's voice
somehow.
betrays a slight disappointment, which he glosses over by reasserting control.
That's fine.
In fact, I think we're done with this bunker. After you, officer.
I mean, pretty much.
Interesting.
I think the bunker showed up because we touched the little dot. I don't think it... There's a little yellow dot. Ah. Okay.
Land's End. The boardwalk has now been crossed off. The island we can't get to. So, okay, so that will just presumably happen
Or not.
within the storytelling. I'm so scared that she's just gonna, like, pop out of somewhere. There's
Footprints in the
footprints.
sand. One of the souls appears more warm than the other. She's the
odd
odd soul.
soul.
Do you want to go to the right?
Oh, sorry.
The tunnel collapsed. You'll have to find another way around.
And where is that little buzzy thing in my brain?
There's something in the air, an unnatural buzzing.
A buzzy thing in my brain.
Yeah.
Okay, you wanted me to go to the right.
It's getting louder, the buzzing sound.
What?
There it is again, like a swarm of hornets buzzing under your scalp. A strange tingling you can almost smell.
Lieutenant, do you feel something?
No. What do you mean?
A pain, a strange tingling.
I feel like it's either the golden mama dakwa, or, which I'm like, I must find these non-existent birds before the end of this game. But also, you know how some people can like feel it in the air just before a lightning strike? Yeah.
What I thought you were going to say was how some people can hear electronics and some people can't.
Oh yeah. I definitely get that. A pain, a strange tingling.
I don't feel it, but we should still be careful. There were footprints back there, and I'm pretty sure they were fresh.
Hold on, you really don't feel anything.
No, but you are the sensitive one.
We are the sensitive ones.
It's not a quib. The situation is dangerous.
Okay.
He trusts your gut feeling like this.
Yes.
Okay, I saw them too. Footprints with the right sole worn smooth.
Looks like our suspect. If she's in here, we need to plan our next step carefully.
What do you mean?
Once we detain a credible suspect, who knows what the Union and the Wild Pines will do? We'll set in motion events we have no control over.
We just want to talk to her. We don't know that she's necessarily the suspect.
No, but this feels like the game warning us.
Yes.
You will upset the balance of power in Martinez. The deadlock between the company and the Union will destabilize.
Oh, we've already done that, don't worry.
Keep calm. Go over the whole situation in detail.
Okay, so if we go over the whole thing, well, we can start with the top, which is...
We know Everett's true intentions and his plans for Martinez. What more is there to do with the Union?
Then we solved the strike deadlock by telling Joyce about the Union's plans.
Or how bad do you think things could get?
Okay.
And then the last one is, what do you think is waiting for us there?
Which is a conclusion. So if we work through the top, maybe.
We know Everett's true intentions.
I don't know. Little things. But you're right. We've gotten everything we can from the Union. We even opened that container.
Which you didn't want to, Kim, I want to point out.
You've been very, very thorough there. Your fingers approve.
We solved the strike deadlock.
I still don't think that was a good idea. But yes, our affairs with the Wild Pines are in order, since she isn't in Martinez anymore.
Someone's been a very busy boy. Good on you.
How bad do you think things could get?
Well, we are not responsible for what we can't predict, are we? I don't think the entire city will be razed to the ground.
He smiles in the dark.
But I think that was a potential threat. Mm-hmm. I think at this point, the worst things could get is if the Crenell people, the mercenaries, try to wipe out the Hardy Boys. And if they try to do that, then there will be a gunfight of some kind. How far it will spread
We don't know.
Is not super clear.
If you can't predict it, there's nothing you could have done.
Okay. What do you think?
I mean, that's... Yeah, okay.
What do you think is waiting for us there?
I think I see a cavern. Maybe more cellars? I think we've been careful enough. We still have the element of surprise.
Okay.
I don't know if it's true.
You haven't exactly been sneaking.
We have not
Or
been
maybe
sneaking.
not. Either way, once we go deeper, there will be no turning back.
Okay. Well, here we
Okay.
are. We're ready, eh?
I might just walk.
Save? Do you want to save?
Oh, you're a genius.
We want to go to the... Which way?
I don't know.
Yeah, go left first.
Oh, secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
What?
Feels strange.
Concrete pipe buried in sand and dust.
Yes, money.
40
That's what we need now.
cents. We've got $70.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Anything else down? No.
I think it's just a loop, yeah.
Cool.
I'm not gonna run, because I feel like it's noisier when we do that. What?
Your entire body is paralyzed.
What the fuck?
Aggressive white noise fills your skull.
Even
A
Kim's
strange
affected.
pain, like you've never felt before. Through the static, you hear a woman's voice.
Holy shit.
It's like 1,000 radio stations are being blasted into your head all at once. But her words are the only ones you can make out.
Fuck.
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it worse.
Oh. The shadowy figure by the machine says.
Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not to make your acquaintance. But here we are.
Her voice feels so calm for the situation where we're like writhing in pain.
The voice coming through the whirlwind of pain is not malicious. She doesn't want to hurt you, but she has to. Doesn't wish to hurt you, not according to your ear canals. Wait, no, not even your ear canals. This is going directly into your neural pathways.
Don't cover them.
That's an awful decision.
Dang it, we need
Why
that
would you
health.
not want to shield yourself from it? It's an entirely new type of experience. Way worse than all the previous ones. Don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing your job. Tell her she's under arrest.
Are you gonna kill me too? Can
Yeah.
you say that?
No, I'm not going to fucking kill you. If that had been my plan, you'd be dead already. All things considered, I'm being pretty reasonable here.
I don't know that you are.
I'm using a pale latitude compressor. You and your partner have been caught in its field.
The explosion of static you're hearing is the ULAN frequency. Blasted from that pale emitter that Angus mentioned.
So our options are, I saw your equations, is the ULAN frequency, or Fat Angus said you had a pale emitter, and then the last one is, you're using one of those devices, you're using one of those devices used to send signals through the pale on me. Or
Can I say this top one?
Yeah.
It's the ULAN frequency.
Saw my equations? You've been sniffing through my lorry, right? I expected as much. I am a bit surprised you knew what you were looking at.
Can we stop being tortured? That was Japanese.
A pale latitude compressor is used to sort of make the pale more manageable. With a lot of these, you can force a radio
She
signal
might have been
grid on the
Chinese.
pale. Literally crunch the distance across it. Signals are relayed across a series of repeater stations fixed to buoys. Not a fun job manning those stations. All alone out there in the pale, people lose their minds in just a few years.
I don't know, Ruby, that this chat is really appropriate while you're torturing us.
So, what we are experiencing is a concentration of radio waves.
He gestures towards something with great effort.
Why don't you shoot the machine, Kim?
Precisely. This is an industrial strength paraboloid. It's meant for forcing dimensions on something that doesn't have them.
Oh.
Needless to say, the frequencies used are out of this world.
I just feel like this situation is kind of like a little bit, there's like a dichotomy of things happening here, like in the sense that her voice is real neutral and like they're having this big chat about the science while what we're looking at is these guys like writhing in agony. Yeah.
At the upper limit is the large prime number generator station. It's used specifically for pale latitude compression. That's why you may be hearing some numbers. But you might also hear, or think you're hearing, local radio chatter.
She's been holed up in here for a while with no one to talk to. Keep her talking, and you just might get an opportunity to break loose.
Okay.
I guess then we will keep talking.
Yes.
Have you experienced the compressor yourself?
Get in
Yeah, I stuck my head in there before using it on you. It seemed like the ethical thing to do. Can't say that I enjoyed it. The field was weaker, but I can imagine what you're going through.
Will I stay like this forever?
No. Once I shut down the compressor, the pain will end. It may take a few minutes for you to steady yourself, though. It's a bit like waking out of a very confusing dream. Max, Nelly, Peace, Vis, Silsa, Daxa, Sigrid.
Omettini pilves. Omettini pilves.
That's definitely Japanese. Okay.
So how did you get your hands on this thing? I really enjoy those little interjections.
Yeah.
I built it myself.
She built it.
She nods towards her torture device.
Great job.
That's illegal. I'm guessing it's patented. But we are beyond that, aren't we?
Oh yeah, way beyond.
She studies her death ray and the law officials trapped in it.
Fuck it, let's ask. This is all great, but let's talk about the man who was killed.
Yeah, let's not talk about that shit. You were hunting me and fell into my trap instead.
Well, what are you
That's
going to
all
do? Are
there
you
is
going
to
to
say
kill
about
us?
Yeah.
So she thinks of you as hunters, not the cops, and of herself merely as prey.
Please, could you turn it down so that I can ask you something?
If you've got something really important to say, you can do it through the white noise.
Great.
You're looking for a deal with my mattress.
Wow.
Dentist.
The lieutenant clutches his head, grimacing.
Couldn't we, like, back away and, like, shout our questions at her?
God damn it.
She regards Yunkin with sudden sympathy.
Fine. If you really want to talk, I can dial it down. I've also got a gun, by the way.
She steps reluctantly out of the shadows. The pain lessens. Okay. It's
Okay.
like a medium amount of terrible.
The gun she's carrying is a two-barreled front loader, not like the murder weapon. Well, it doesn't feel much better, but you can form sentences now. Thinking doesn't seem to hurt as much.
Great.
Just keep her talking,
Ooh.
and you'll get through this.
Oh.
Okay. How did you know we were coming?
I heard you in the passages, and I've been preparing for quite a while.
By hiding bullets under floorboards?
So you found my shack, huh?
No, we
I'm
live
not
there now.
surprised.
It's my shack now.
Her tone is bitter. She thinks she's been betrayed.
She didn't rate you out, by the way, Isabel, the washerwoman.
So nice. That's one knife I didn't want to find in my back.
As opposed to the other knives she's finding there now. Hardy for one.
You're desperate, aren't you?
I was. Before I caught you in the pale latitude compressor. I'm fine now.
That's her admitting the bullet was an emergency exit. It was dark in the shack. The waves outside had calmed down. She looked at the loaded gun. Then she cracked the barrel open and took the bullet out. Not today.
Did you shoot Lily?
No, I didn't do it. I only helped stage the lynching, though I doubt that makes much of a difference to you.
It does make a difference. Because if you didn't do it, there's another murderer out there.
So she says she didn't do it, and she doesn't trust you. Is it you specifically, or the citizens' militia that she distrusts?
That's a good question.
Wow, there's so many options.
Who ratted me out, by the way? Was it Titus? No, he wouldn't have broken first.
Is Klaja her girlfriend? Is that the look you're giving me?
Yeah. So there's an option here saying it was your girlfriend she cracked, and I was giving Iza a look because That certainly hasn't been vocalized by anyone yet.
Oh, that they might have been dating?
Yeah. I think one of us, or maybe I think it was one of us, said like maybe Ruby was in love with Clasha. Said that earlier, but
shall we say it?
It
See what she
certainly
says?
doesn't. I don't think anything's been implied from Clasha's end that she was
Dating
Ruby.
No.
But there was one question that we didn't ask her because we were going to have to threaten her with arrest.
That's right. Whichever, that's fine.
They basically mean the same thing though, right?
Mhm.
It was your girlfriend, she cracked.
Nah, she didn't crack. She's a survivor. If she told you anything, it was to save herself. But she couldn't have known I was on the coast. How did you find me?
Yeah, any of those off. Your first guess wasn't entirely off.
Titus and his boys, man. He told us you were on the coast.
Even now, Kim is a paragon of professionalism. He is trying to make a clean cut of telling her she was betrayed.
Well, fuck. Those guys liked me, I know it. If this is what happens to people whom people like...
I mean... it's complicated, right? Like...
He didn't just tell us.
Yeah.
There's a whole
A
series of
dull
events.
despair is creeping into her voice.
How the fuck did the rest of you get by?
Wait, wasn't it you who called me the human can opener? It's not personal. I open them up. Hang on. I do it by asking questions, and I have some for you. Honestly, I don't know how I do it. Just stumbled over here. Can you please explain this shit?
Well, that's the top one.
Yeah, right.
Wasn't it you that called me a human can opener?
I did, didn't I? Now you've come for me. Fuck them all the same.
That did make her forgive them. A little.
I like the top one.
I do it by asking questions, and now I have some for you.
Like what? I already told you I didn't do it.
Well, give us...
A strong moral compass. She still wants the opportunity to make a case for herself.
Okay. Here we go. Finally. Do you like to hang out on rooftops?
Would you...
Should we just try and go through them?
Yeah.
Would you say that Lily was a likable person?
I didn't like him. Hardened mercenaries aren't particularly likable types.
You didn't feel sympathy for Mercs? It's hard work. Oh, no.
Do you feel protective of the Union? I feel like this is us trying to back her into a corner, and I'm not
This is a
super
little bit.
keen
I'm
on
not
it.
keen on it either.
Shall we just conclude?
Yeah.
I'm listening.
Do you have an alibi for when Lily was shot? We kind of know that she kind of doesn't because she disappeared.
This
for
is a good
second.
question, though.
Man, I was with the boys the whole night. I hope they at least bothered to impress that upon you.
You say you left to take a really long leak, 15 minutes.
Was it half an hour?
No, I think it was more like 10 minutes, but I'm going to
Okay.
exaggerate slightly, but not a lot.
Yeah, and I'm sure they also made some funny remarks about it. They always do. I've driven a lot of long haul and chugged a lot of beer, man. Can't do either without some power of mind over bladder. And anyway, that wouldn't have been enough time.
Our investigation. People do take... Well, I mean, like, the whole... People do spend 15 minutes in the toilet, but...
I'm going to say this because it's a hold on.
Okay.
Like a wait, I presume. Unless I'm wrong about that.
Shrug.
No one takes a
Look,
15-minute
fuck
break.
you, man. I might also have stopped by the bar.
Okay.
She speaketh truth.
Okay. Thanks, drama. Our investigation, we wince from the pain, has shown that the 15 minutes was just enough time to commit the murder.
Wow. Now I'm curious. Please, explain.
Play pinball much?
No. Not since I was 14 and hanging out in the only diner in Dardun. Haven't been into low-risk, no-reward games since moving to the city. Why?
There are some mysterious pinball machines on some mysterious rooms in the Whirling.
Yeah, and probably some ghosts from the time of the suzerain.
Nice.
I'm not really interested in supernatural mysteries.
Wait, what? Winston's from pain. What kind of mysteries interest you then?
Not murder mysteries either, if that's what you're thinking.
Well, that's a shame for you.
She looks you in the eye impassively, making it clear that she's not planning to comment on the matter any further.
We are a paranatural detective now.
Yeah, that's a shame, because I happen to be a paranatural detective.
They sent a ghost cop after me. Congratulations.
It doesn't surprise me. She's not.
Yeah, what about elevators? Do you like
What the
elevators?
fuck do elevators have to do with anything?
Do you or don't you?
Not particularly.
Why not?
Why are you so hung up on elevators?
That's a pretty good question, actually. She clearly doesn't know anything about the secret passage.
Not even grab your head quaint old rickety ones.
I'm not really into old shit for old shit's sake.
God damn it!
Oh, sorry, Kim.
So you know she's not an antiques enthusiast. Not my jurisdiction, man. But it also doesn't sound like she used that secret route at all.
Look, there's a secret way from the ground floor of the Whirling to the roof.
Don't know it. But also,
She frowns, studying your face.
Evaluating your competence as a police officer.
the shot couldn't have come from the roof. Or we would have all heard it downstairs.
So she thinks the same thing as we do, that it could have been... Well, it could have had a sniper, a silencer. Or it had to be somewhere else.
She has a point there. No one mentioned.
Pain stops him from finishing the sentence.
Apparently silencers aren't really a real thing. Like, silencers do exist, but they... Like, television makes us think that they reduce the sound to basically nothing. But actually, they don't. They just reduce the sound.
So television makes it sound like a just tiny little.
Yeah.
So, but it's louder than that, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That didn't go super well. You've got to lay something better on her.
You have a gun? We know it's the wrong one, but. Or do you want to talk to her about running drugs for the union?
Yeah.
Right.
You're running drugs for the union. I've been through your lorry.
Heart of Gold Tommy fucked me over too.
No, I mean, we found
Never
them.
trust a musician.
Tommy?
Oh, the smoker, right?
He does have a heart of gold.
That really comes as a blow to her.
No, he didn't. I found my own way in.
Okay, great. You got into my lorry on
We
your own.
smashed the window.
What now? You're going to arrest me for drug trafficking?
I mean, we could.
Beneath it, she's relieved Tommy didn't betray her.
You have a financial incentive to kill the Mac.
Man, it's to get away from all that murderous shit that I left Jamrock, my previous employer, for the union.
Who was her previous employer?
The lieutenant is unable to articulate his question.
Yeah, could we...
She deliberately avoided naming the mob she worked for. You might be able to find this out later.
Thanks, Rhetoric. Great job.
I got lucky being a dispatcher. Never had to do any of the really dirty work myself. This gun has only been used for self-defense against serious scum.
She turns the knob down just a millimeter. But you're threatening with us with it.
Based on what I've heard about you, you are serious scum.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we haven't shot a single person since we came here.
There's a sinister note in her voice. Even with the gun and the compressor, she's afraid of you.
Oh, interesting. Let's ask her the other two.
I'm a little bit wary about asking everything, and my reasoning being, we went through that, and they were like, that didn't go well. You're gonna have to try, like, you're gonna have to hope that you do better to get more out of her. I don't think this is going to get anything useful out of her, because we can see that the gun that she's got is the wrong kind of gun. And this, I don't know, like, how relevant is this if she was down in the bar the whole time?
Yeah, I guess we sometimes just get some surprising.
Yeah. Let's ask this one at
outcomes.
least.
Who doesn't? Oh, you probably mean Claudia's rooftop. Sure, I've hung out there. She's got this great antenna.
What's so great about her antenna?
It's very powerful. I used it to tune into RCM frequencies. That's how I knew to be prepared for your arrival.
Uh-huh.
Come in.
Is that the only reason you hung out on the roof?
The view's pretty bomb, too. But you might say the antenna was the main attraction there, yeah. Along with Claudia.
You sure you didn't shoot Matt from the roof?
Yes, I'm sure. And anyway, as I said before, the shot had to have come from afar.
Shall I ask this anyway?
Sure.
You have a gun.
And?
I see it's a front loader. Do you have another gun somewhere?
Sure don't.
The breech loader?
No.
I can't quite tell. What kind of gun is it?
A Nachtway 80 front loader. 2-barreled. Not really what you were looking for, I'm guessing.
That isn't it.
Where'd you get it?
The gun store.
What gun
Trigger
store?
Happy Jacks.
That doesn't sound like the real name.
What
Actually, it
did
kind
you
of
think?
does.
That I'm going to squeal on my gun supplier? Sorry, I'm not that kind of gal.
I know you don't like old things, but do you sell antique rifles on the side?
Never really got into weapons trafficking. Especially not old weapons. They break too often, and you don't want unhappy customers among gun collectors.
That's probably fair. Okay, we wince. There's other evidence I want to ask you about.
Yeah, evidence.
Okay, let's take a step back.
Yeah? Where?
More questions before doing anything.
Yes. Who killed the merc if it wasn't you? Ooh, it's got up high.
Okay. I love both of these. I kind of want to ask this one first.
Okay.
But
Tell me your version.
what happened Sunday night? Tell me your
She
version.
eyes you warily, as though gauging your sincerity.
I mean, we're kind of busy having, like, the worst migraine known to humanity right now.
She's refusing to adopt the demeanor of a cornered animal, a leader with no one to lead. She still wants to retain some control of the situation.
It's okay. We just want to...
He struggles to finish the sentence.
All right, don't kill yourself over it. I was shooting the shit with Hardy and the boys over a few beers, like always. Then Klasia comes in, all pale and shuddering. She sits down with a drink, trying to steady her nerves. So I grab a seat next to her.
Wait, did she also seem high to you?
Oh yeah, super. But I didn't think too much of it at first. I'd seen her party hard before.
Claudia said you knew something was wrong immediately?
No, I really didn't. She's not that easy to read. I just assumed she'd done too much blow. It wouldn't be a first for her. But no such luck. She was in some deep shit. She asked me to come upstairs. The merc she'd been going with was lying on the bedroom floor, dead. I knew she couldn't get the authorities involved, so yeah.
You made it look like he'd been hanged.
How did you manage to come up with a plan so quickly?
Can I ask this one? It's pretty weird that you came up with this plan right on the spot.
So hang on, they're the same question, but one is I'm just asking her and the other is implying.
that she kind of like had thought about something before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, from her perspective, it sounds like she thought that Claudia had done it.
Maybe, yes.
Although the window would have been busted in theory, if he had been shot through the window.
Or if he hadn't, there wouldn't have been... Because remember they replaced some of the glass?
Yes.
But if Claudia had done it in the room, unless the bullet somehow went...
What I mean is, so we definitely know the window's been replaced, but what we don't know for sure is whether the window had been shot through or whether that happened after the fact.
we think it's the former.
We think it's the former.
Yeah.
It's pretty weird that you came up with this plan right on the spot.
What? No. Faking a lynching was her idea.
What? That's
Interesting.
not what she said. It's not what the Hardy Boys said either.
She looks shaken. She wasn't surprised to be ratted out, but framed.
Her idea?
Yeah, in cold blood. It really surprised me how quickly she was able to get a hold of herself once we got up there. It was like she was another person. The party girl was gone.
Maybe she fucking did it this whole time.
Yeah. And everyone out there watching is like,
I keep thinking back to somebody made a comment like,
we've been compromised. We absolutely
compromised
have
by
been.
Klaja, and maybe we had.
She asked me to help her drag him into the shower so she could wind the shower head around his neck to fake lividity. Then she dressed him while I went to get the Hardy Boys.
I mean, we do know that she told us that Klaja did that she was, like, her previous job, her job was pretty evil. In terms
Secret
of what
squirrel.
She does. So she may well have killed someone before. She may well have faked a murder before. She may have just thought through in her head, if I ever needed to fake how someone had been killed, this is the steps I could do. I mean, those are all pretty wild
Because-
speculations, but
Yeah. If it was her, maybe did she invite him up? She was outside. Why would she need to be outside though? And shot him through the window as he came up.
well, she didn't necessarily need to be outside. That could be her cover for her doing it. That's what I mean about the window could have been broken later.
Glacia knew exactly what she was doing. You can't remain calm under pressure otherwise.
Showerhead resourceful.
Yeah. I wasn't sure whether to admire her or be disturbed.
Do you think she killed Lily herself?
As I keep telling you cops, we didn't hear anything downstairs. No gunshot, nothing.
But even if this is true, weren't you worried this lynching might lead to...
War? The thought crossed my mind. But the mercenary's death was going to have repercussions either way. Although the way things are going...
She doesn't want to talk about this, but not because she has something to hide. She doesn't want the guilt.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm not responsible for these people after what they did to me.
That's interesting.
Who killed the merc? Maybe we can ask that
Yeah,
now
I'm not
if it
going to kill
wasn't
I
you.
just want to see if it had gone up or not. So, who killed the merc if it wasn't you?
How should I know? As I keep saying, he already had a bullet in his head when I got to him. And there hasn't been any useful gossip over the radio.
Well, it's a shame because we theoretically could ask her about the window now, right? She would know if there was a hole in it.
Yes.
A bullet hole.
Yes. Also, I'm suddenly thinking maybe it's his Cronell buddies, and their reaction is to cover up the fact that they did it. Because who else has a fucking motive?
It's very tricky unless we think again, was it Klaja and she arranged for someone else to do it from a distance? But
Maybe. Again, why would she do that? She liked him. Or, well, she says that she liked him. He was threatening to rape her. But she says that that was just shower room talk, quote unquote.
it doesn't exist. But yes, so
There hasn't been any useful gossip over the radio. That's interesting too.
Those rings around her eyes, her tired voice. She's been staying up late, listening in on the conversations crisscrossing Martinez.
Police radio? You've been following the case?
Who hasn't? You know, I can still see him there, in Clausia's room, lying on his side. He was still warm, but the bluish light coming through the broken window made him look as though he'd been dead for a good long while.
if you didn't kill him, why hide?
I saw you roll into town. I wasn't about to stick around for questioning by a goddamn La Puta Madre agent.
Oh, except we're not. Are we?
What the fuck?
Are we? Hang on, because we don't know, do
What
we?
the fuck?
I was like, no, we're not.
I love how you were just like, well, that's not true. Meanwhile, I was sitting here with my mouth dropped wide open.
Well, she said it, and I was like, why would she think that? Wah.
Well, shit, we know that she was in
Yeah,
the mob.
following us? Yeah.
Are we in the fucking mob?
Shit.
Holy fuck.
So this is what she was scared to tell Titus. This cop.
What do you mean, La Puta Madre agent?
Yes, you. Everyone says you're his peon, his human can opener.
What the fuck?
Through the sudden sharp pain in your head, you hear the lieutenant mumble something to himself.
We're running out of health charges.
Yup.
Fucking hell. And why me?
Oh no.
I'm so sorry. Oh no. We betrayed him.
We did not intentionally betray him.
We've been betraying him this whole time. No. I'm just gonna see. We could put another point in here as we're
I don't
going.
think we can. Aren't we fully enduranced up?
Pardon?
Aren't we fully dotted up?
Oh, you're right. We can't.
Pain threshold though. We could.
This is the one that like actually like puts up your health. You're right though. This could mean that we succeed at a check. I'm fucking doing it.
Okay, cool.
I don't want us to die partway through this fucking exchange.
It's especially bad suddenly. Felt like a vein exploded.
Straight away.
Who's everyone? How do you know this?
Everyone in Jamrock. The cops, the criminals. Why do you think I'm holed up in here with a goddamn death ray waiting for you?
Wow.
Is this something to do with why there are those two cops in the thing? I don't know how that. I think that relates. I don't know whether I think they're working with the mob as well, or whether
I don't know.
they're like with internal affairs trying to get rid of us. Oh my gosh, Harry, for shame.
Maybe this is why. So you know how we double your freighter. We
Yeah.
never took a promotion. Maybe that's why. Maybe.
Maybe. And maybe because the fucking... What's his name? La Puta Madre. Maybe he wanted us to be, like, out in the streets rather than behind a desk.
Fuck, I don't know.
Ah!
If she knows that about you, she must know your real name too.
It's top one, I guess. Tell me what's my name. If you know that about me, you must know my name.
I mean, we know our name. Maybe by this point in the game we could not know our name? But let's ask it anyway.
Harry Dubois. One corrupt motherfucker with the disco pants and a funny tie. Agent to La Puta Madre.
Shit, it is us.
So she knows your name. That doesn't mean you're on the take. Criminals make up bogeyman stories about cops all the time.
Do they?
All of this just means that you're effective. Criminals know you and are scared of you.
I mean, but in the wrong way.
I don't know. Sounds pretty convincing to me.
Yeah.
La Puta Madre. I've heard of La Puta Madre. He's dangerous, right? I don't want to ask this one.
Nah.
Because I don't want Kim to think we knew.
No.
Is that a joke or a threat?
No,
I'm
that
guessing
was
both.
a real question.
Or should we say the middle one?
Ooh.
Is that giving away too much? Is it showing our ass?
Fuck it, let's show our ass.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm supposed to know all about this, but I lost my memory recently.
Yeah, sure.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I thought
She
she'd say that.
doesn't believe you.
I'm sure La Puta Madre himself will explain it all to you soon enough.
Wait, what did you do to this madre anyway?
You've been to my lorry. You think the biggest player in Jamrock appreciates competition? And now I have Harry Can Opener in my lair. Fucking Titus.
Madra might be mad about Evrart sticking his nose into the drug trade.
Maybe.
I thought we had an agreement, she thinks. This was not supposed to happen. She's not going to change her mind that easily. She still perceives you as a threat.
That's fair.
Wait, one thing, possibly small, but she said you rolled into town. Was that you singular or plural? She might
Fabulous
know
question.
something.
When I came into town, was there anyone with me?
It never even occurred to me that we might have someone. Ooh, look, it's going up. It's going up. Oh, that's because we got a pointed to pay threshold.
Ah, of course.
When I came to town, was there someone with me?
Yeah, you had your death squad with you. What happened to them anyway?
I don't know what happened to them. Who was in the squad?
Well, it wasn't this scrawny dude. You had 2 guys and a lady. The guys looked pretty buff. Lady wasn't bad either.
What can you...
Is that the 2 people in the thing? Is that why they keep getting fucked off, that we're asking them who they are?
Is that the right amount of people?
No.
They didn't look buff, though.
There's another person.
What else can you tell me?
One of the guys seemed chipper, a blonde.
Oh, no.
The other had a brooding something or other about him. And the woman was the only one in uniform. All were carrying.
Fuck. And she did say, finish up so that we can all get out of here.
She did.
As if they were somehow related to us. Fuck! Everything's falling apart, Iza!
This is way worse. This is way worse than just us.
We were feeling like everything's kind of like, we've solved everything, we know what's going on, we're kind of like, everything's kind of pulled together. Our friendship with Kim is blossomed and strong. We're a fucking double agent this whole fucking
That
time.
sound about right?
No idea who these people are, literally. Satellite Officer Vicmere looks out of the window grimly, then puts his coffee down and turns to Patrol Officer Minnow. We can either take a room here in the whirling or go home for today.
Right.
So someone commented, like, you don't know who these people are? No!
How would we have known?
We wouldn't have known.
How would we have known? Is there a way to have known before this point that we were a double agent?
Or is this the revelation moment?
Or did you, whoever you were, did you figure it out somehow? What the fuck?
How?
Ah!
Let's go home, Jean. Nothing's going to happen today, she responds quietly. Jean takes his blonde wig off.
I told you it was a fucking wig.
You
He
did.
can give us a ride.
Who's Hiddleston? And where is he? Why haven't we seen this person?
I think I know them. They're in Martinez.
Friction, lock, set.
Don't leave me here. Please delete.
Fantastic. I've got to get on the road. Then you can go find your friends. Unless you have anything pressing to ask me.
Do we want to ask about the bunker?
Yeah, do you know about the bunker next door?
What bunker?
Yeah.
Communist hideout back
Don't
there.
know anything about it. No one's been around since I set up camp. But I'm sure I'm not the first vagabond to...
Her voice trails off into white noise in your head. It feels like aneurysm approaching. All right, let's... Oh. We've got nothing.
You got nothing.
Okay, so let's go for the thing. Yeah.
Hope we don't die.
And hope we don't die.
Keep calm. Breathe in. After the pain recedes.
Oh, it's only 2.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's destroy the machine.
Destroy the machine. Oh, thank God. If we got Starfight on there, I would have just been like,
I think we might have died.
yeah, we would have had to do the whole fucking thing again. I do think one of the things that we're...
You did it. The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again.
Should we
It
ask?
still hurts like hell,
Yeah.
but
Hey, we got a success on that one. So
Nice.
that possibly saved us from dying. Are you okay, Kim?
All good, officer. Be careful.
she looks at the machine, assessing the damage. Her hand trembles.
Look, we're not going to arrest you. Just calm the fuck down. and stop torturing
fuck
us.
it.
Oh no, do that. Do that. Convince her to put the gun down.
Well, should we do this first?
I feel like if you waste any fucking time, she's gonna blow her head off.
But sometimes this gives us a plus.
It sometimes does, but sometimes it gives us a minus, and then she'll fucking blow her head off.
Okay. Convince her to put the gun down.
She's
thank
truly
goodness.
desperate. She thinks she has no other options. You need to give her options.
What options?
You know.
Maybe I can still talk her out of it?
This is how you talk her out of it. It's the only scenario in which she lives.
Top one?
Please, we put our hands up. Just walk away.
She stares at you, frozen, the gun still in her mouth, eyes filled with dark intensity. Then something shifts in her. Gratitude, doubt. She's still ready to go.
You don't have to do this. You're not cornered. I'm letting you go.
Day of miracles. I'll take it.
She pulls the gun out of her mouth, eyes still fixed on you. Then she turns her gaze to the tunnel behind you. I'll take it.
She runs past you, then past the lieutenant, and disappears into the darkness.
I mean,
of
it's
the
better
tunnel.
than having someone's brains splattered all over the fucking walls.
Yeah, and I mean, like,
I don't know if we're even going to arrest her anyway.
I didn't have any intention of arresting her. I just wanted her to like be like, stick around so we can ask you questions, kind of thing, right?
Yeah. I'm glad we asked all the questions we wanted to before now, though.
More importantly, are we going to get to take this death ray?
Ugh.
Fuck me!
Good call.
The lieutenant is still unsteady on his feet. Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. I would have done the same had I not been incapacitated.
He couldn't take it like you. It irks him.
We've
Then
had
he
more
gets
pale
over
exposure
it.
than he does.
I think she didn't do it.
I think she didn't do it.
Her tent. We should check it out.
He points to the back of the cabin. All right.
Zowie. Wowie zowie, friends.
Yeah.
Massive save.
Oh my gosh, because we could die any moment
We
now.
could! I'm stressed out. What's this? Is that fuel?
Liz, oh.
Is that gonna allow us to paint the world red?
Oh, please. No.
Oh.
But I do think we should look at this and then call it a...
Yeah.
Yeah. Cooking utensil, she has prepared herself porridge with bananas.
Oh, I want that porridge.
That was a good breakfast. Slash meal. Ooh.
I'm gonna eat that right now! Give it to me! Oh, I suppose I used the thingy for it, right? Holy shitballs! I'll leave the others because we can sleep. If it comes to it.
The plain
Holy
red tent
shit.
stands by dispassionately. It was pitched by practiced hands. She's used to camping out.
You look inside.
The tent looks old, but well maintained. In the darkness of the tent, a rolled up sleeping bag, cooking utensils, some books, and a kerosene lamp.
Give us that kerosene.
It reeks of cigarettes.
Shine your flashlight on the books.
Assorted soft covers, mostly pulp horror. A motor carriage lies buried in the snow on one cover. On another, a ghost airship. You also see a collection of radio enthusiast magazines.
I feel like she and Harry would actually probably vibe.
See anything?
Lieutenant peeks in over our shoulder. We sift through the magazines.
Rager Monthly, Journal of Material Science. More Technological Digest. One of the magazines doesn't have images on the cover. It's not a magazine. It's a leather notebook.
Yes! A notebook. We take
You
it.
pocket the worn brown leather journal. A
Let's look at
trusted
it.
friend
We will.
left behind.
Yes.
We should read this immediately. Like, right now.
Yes.
We will. Good idea, Kim. We're on board. Let's do it.
We love a
thick
good
journal.
journal.
The cover is worn like someone used to carry it around in their back pocket.
Examine that cover.
The journal
Oops.
falls open.
Sorry.
About 2/3 of its ruled pages have been filled.
Study the handwriting?
The large cursive of someone who writes quickly and confidently. Perhaps too confidently. Many phrases and even paragraphs have been crossed out, with tiny corrections scrawled above and in the margins.
Flip through the pages.
It's a mix of logistical notes, diagrams, and personal reflections.
I mean, she
all
was
dated.
making a death ray.
It's good she left in a hurry. We could learn a lot.
Oof. Okay.
Let's work our way through.
What kind of logistics?
Hard to tell exactly. It's mostly noted down in code. Looks like contact information.
Oh, right.
Quantities, directions.
It's her drug information.
There could be useful information about local operations in those notes. We have a junior sergeant at my station who's good with codes. I can give this to her after we finish this.
Okay, cool. What are the diagrams of?
Esoteric radio technology. The most recent ones probably pertain to the latitude compressor, sketches, calculations of distance and density. You make out a familiar spiral shape.
Familiar spiral shape.
What do we think that is?
Was there something about a spiral in the, like, area she was servicing when she was
I don't recall.
running?
Not right now.
Anything personal?
Short, wry observations of people and places. Probably a way to pass the time on the road. Also, what appears to be attempts to sort through some difficult decisions. There are a few passages with many questions in them. Staff issues. Always tough on the leadership. You smell traces of betrayal.
How far back do the entries go?
The first entry is from August 2nd of last year. It reads simply, I know my position is precarious. All I can do is make myself as useful as I can while looking for a way out. Remember, no one is indispensable.
It's interesting, like, I feel like she's obviously gone through some shit. She's been in a I mean, we've been using the mob as a shorthand, but she's been in organised crime of some kind, a gang. And she's left, and she did say explicitly that she left because she didn't want to be killing people. Where was I going with that? Oh, my sense is that she was quite a depressed person. Whether because she's just biologically that way or because her life is really tough, or a mixture of both. You know, the fact that she had contemplated suicide earlier, before, we don't know when, but before some of this stuff had happened, and then her instant reaction to being arrested, not you're being put to death for murder, just arrested.
Arrested? Well, the thing is, from her perspective, it wasn't just arrest. It was La Puta Madre's right-hand person after that.
Right, yeah, that's a really good
so
point.
that could be potentially worse than death. You might not want to be taken in by that person.
Yeah, and even if we didn't do anything to her, being in prison with other members of gangs can be pretty bad too.
I nod slowly, so I hear.
So we hear. What did she write on the day Lily died?
Nothing on March 4th. March 5th, though. Well, that's bound to come back and bite me in the ass. I'm bad at this. Loyal to a fault. But that's another matter entirely.
Bite me in the ass. Am I correct? I'm bad at noticing accents. Our narrator voice speaks with English accent, right? Not with an American accent.
I need to hear it again.
Yeah, because if it was an English accent, it would be ass, not.
Well, it depends which English accent, right?
I don't think any of them pronounce it ass.
Let's go.
You have no idea what she means.
This sounds
These
American
are
to me.
personal notes. Don't expect to understand all of it.
Momo's giving me such a look.
I'm giving this a bombastic side eye.
Hey, you know what? If you are American, you'll be able to tell if that is American
That's
accent
true.
or not. And if you're English, likewise.
Yes.
Somebody tell us what that accent is.
We've lost all perspective.
I was like, who's the voice actor? You
carry
continue.
on. Anything about La Puta Madre?
That name isn't mentioned as far as you can tell. Small wonder. Would you talk about La Puta Madre in your journal? You do see an M, though. La Puta Madre. M is mentioned on March 9th and March 15th.
That's
London accent. Is that right?
M is mentioned on March 9th and 15th. Read the entry from March 9th first.
Great. M's peon is coming to town, no doubt to investigate the lynching, but also...
Yes, you're right, it is
I
English.
feel
No,
to
no,
my
I
gut
haven't found it
to
yet, but
finally
now that I've
put
heard
a
more
bullet
again.
in my head, while I'm napping
I can
in
hear
my
it.
lorry or on a smoke break. Well, I won't stick around just to twist my own neck by constantly looking over my shoulder.
I still haven't found it, but I can hear it now. Yeah.
So she was sure that we were here to kill her.
The actor is Linval Brown, but I haven't found out any more about them yet. Sorry, carry on.
Then again, isn't that what I've been doing ever since I got the call?
Got what call?
The call? Did M call her personally? Why? Were you supposed to find her, even apart from the investigation then? On M's request? No, you wouldn't do something like this. This must be a mistake.
I mean, our current self wouldn't, but...
Our past self might well have.
Yeah, he was a mess.
You didn't follow through. You should have shot her in the head.
This is a coincidence. I would never kill people for a mod boss.
Also, what we don't know, so in our log, we know we've killed, was it 2 people or 3 people? 2 people. Is that just sanctioned police kills?
Great question. I mean, we wouldn't report other kills, right?
I guess not, but...
I would never kill people for a mob boss. I'm just saying that really because there's no other option.
Is that all that's in our log? Because there's other stuff in our log that isn't just police information.
The thought steadies your nerves. The journal stops shaking in your hand.
Read the entry from March 12th.
Been holed up here for 3 days now. I'm used to being alone and all, but I don't know when I'll be able to leave, or if I'll be ratted out. They will rat me out, of course. I've made it a point to believe in the best in people, the boys, for example. But experience tells me...
I don't think she believes the best in people at all. I think maybe she's trying to believe that, but I don't think she does.
Did M feel truly betrayed by me? I was feeling threatened. He'd have to know if he threatened people, they'd take measures to protect themselves. Even I know that. Economic measures first of all. Gotta make a living, right? I can still hear his voice in the receiver. Taste the plastic.
I can't blame her for
The
running.
entry ends abruptly. The call was a courtesy. He must have held her in high regard to personally tell her he knew about her plan to run drugs for the competition.
What's the most recent entry? Oh, look at the cover again.
The thick journal, bound in brown leather, is full of candor and diagrams.
Okay. What's the most recent entry?
The most recent entry is from today. It reads, even when I leave here, if I leave here alive, what's my next move? Staging a lynching is a crime, even if I'm not accused of murder on top of that. Forever on the run. Not really my idea of the open road. Man, I was really looking forward to winning.
It looks like she might have been framed.
Lieutenant taps on the page.
That would be a first, or a fourth. But who's counting, he thinks. Very rarely does anyone actually get framed.
Kim, am I really a La Puta Madre agent?
No, I don't think you are. Ask someone in your precinct if you want to be sure.
And he has faith in us. I don't know if it's misplaced.
I believe it.
He truly does not believe you are. Perhaps he shouldn't be so trusting. His trust is well placed. You aren't. You can feel it.
Okay. Thanks, Felician.
So what do we think?
Me and Iza.
What do you think?
I think chances are high. Because I think we know he was a mess. I do think your question about the deaths is actually really interesting. And the way we reacted when we were like, no, we can't possibly have been sent here to kill on behalf of the guy. Like, even if we were sort of a little bit in league with
If we were a dirty
a
cop.
crime lord, like, I get the sense that Harry's not a stone cold killer. And I think you're right. I think if we had killed more people, he probably would have marked it in his thing.
Yeah, or
Because it
perhaps
was
would
an
have been...
unofficial marking, wasn't it? It was like lines in the margins or something like that. It wasn't like it was like these are his reported kills.
No, that's right. And Kim told us that it's basically like the precinct culture to do that, to mark your kills.
So yeah, I'm inclined to think that, and maybe if there are people that he has killed for this crime, maybe that's part of the reason why he was such a fucking mess when he came here.
Maybe
Because he'd been told to take her out, and he was like running around pretending to shoot himself in the head, and like being like, I'm a big cop, and like, you know, like. He definitely seemed to have escalated suddenly.
He did escalate. That's a great point. He did escalate suddenly. About the kills thing, the reason why I find that so intriguing is if he was killing for La Puta Madre, then part of me believes that he would have been more freely getting his weapon out on the job as well, and would be more likely to have more on-the-job kills, murders as well. And Kim did point out that overall, because we're, you know, quite a long
career.
serving in our career, that it was like a reasonably low. So
I'd forgotten that.
I wonder, which is kind of sad, but not sad that it wasn't higher, sad that that is low.
Yeah.
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 So, but when she said it, it seemed like...
She was like, this is just known information.
So where did that information come from and why?
Yeah. Yeah. If she didn't do it, then maybe it's good that we didn't catch her.
I wouldn't go so far as to say that. We have other reasons to arrest her.
Maybe we should go risk closure.
Besides, I'm not sure her life as a fugitive is going to be much better than Ouida's. Especially if she has problems with the Madre.
Yeah. Then who do you think killed the merc?
Could have been Titus. Then again...
I don't think it was Titus.
I don't think so either.
But no one heard the shot.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a Hardy boy we've yet to meet who acted as his accomplice. Either way, we need to keep an eye on him.
Okay. Did you see there was an option in the previous section that said, T-Man wouldn't have let me down.
Yeah.
One thing is for certain. We have business back in the whirling and rags. Questions to ask.
I reckon we should go risk closure.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
I mean, I reckon it's the end of the episode, isn't
100%. Don't you see in the lake, though?
Ooh.
Ocean.
How can we even get over there?
Dark water trails into the distance. There is no way out. Okay, good.
Okay, but
good.
more importantly, can we take the death ray with us? No. Bullshit. Bullshit.
Well, we tried everything.
Return to the whirling rags. I reckon we are going to step in there and it's going to be like guns, like bullets flying.
No.
Like, I reckon it's going to be instant death. And then, are you La Puta Madres or Madres? Peon. I've never seen peon written that way. I've always seen it with no E on the end. Ruby said that you're a notoriously corrupt cop, La Puta Madres Peon. That's why she's scared of you. When you get the chance, call your station to find out more, if you dare. I mean, quite apart from anything else, I think we should ask the other cops that we've got in pocket, right? That are literally right there.
Yeah.
Oh, what a fucking wild episode, guys.
It's a lot to take in.
Yeah. And like, not the previous episode, but the one before that where we fucking got, like, abducted That was a lot to take in.
Disappeared. We got disappeared.
It disappeared by the government. Now we find out we're fucking...
Maybe.
I can't even deal.
Yeah, I mean... I don't know. It's too much. It's too much.
We need to go away and have a good long think about all of this.
Yeah, I'm going to go sleep.
So, we're going to do that. I'm going to get a glass of water because I haven't had one for 2.5 hours and I'm absolutely
parched.
dying. I've got so many glasses here. I can't drink this one because the cat drank out of it.
Classic.
And like, this is empty. And yeah, anyway. Love to know, as always, love to know your thoughts, guys. Did any of you see that coming?
Well, what I'm interested in is, if you think, or at this point thought, what did you think? Did you think Harry was
is he a dirty cop
or not? What do you think? What do you or did you think was going on there?
Yeah. Do you think he's a semi-dirty cop?
What's the situation there in your mind?
Do you think that his escalation of poor behaviour when he came here was because he'd been told to kill and he didn't want to do it?
Yeah, because all this time I thought it was related to his personal situation with his wife.
Breakup. Yeah.
And that it was the culmination of like a long-standing deterioration.
Yeah.
That's what I thought it was.
But now I'm like thinking back to all those situations where like it was like, don't think about her. Like, was it his ex or was it the woman he's been sent to kill?
Momo's giving me this look because I'm like, I don't know.
We need to go to bed. But so many thoughts.
It is. Friends, go get yourselves a glass of water.
Yes.
Stay hydrated.
And
we will catch you next time.
See you then.
Bye. Wow. Do you think that's a good question?
Wow. No part of me was expecting any of that.
No, fuck no.